Hello, I'm the Accidental Bookseller. My name is Paul. Welcome to the channel. I don't know whether I've been sensible or stupid. A few weeks ago, I saw a video extolling the virtues of a particular book by a science fiction author called David Weber. It's called Out of the Dark. So I made a note of it, and then a few days later, I came across a channel called Larry's Legendary Library. I've watched quite a few of his videos since. It's a very, very good channel. I'll put details in the notes section. But he did a review on David Weber's Safehold series, or the first book, I think it was the first two books in the series. And that series is based upon an alien race who invade a particular planet, or they go around invading planets, and they become attracted to signs of technology. It's the signs of technology that causes them to invade planets. So humanity escapes Earth, I believe, and they go to reside on another planet, but in a basic way, so they don't attract that alien race to destroy them. That's what I I think I can remember from the précis that Larry did a few weeks ago. And I thought, oh, I fancy that. And I'd already saved this Out of the Dark book in me want section. So I went on eBay. On the Out of the Dark, I think it was priced at something like 13 or 14 quid, which is quite a bit for a new book. I thought, 8 or 9. And so I then went to eBay a few days later. I thought, oh, let's just see what's about in David Weber land on eBay. And I came across a job lot of books, a bundle of 31 David Weber books. So I pressed favourite just to, or watch. And then, as if by magic, like often happens, and I do recommend that if you are wanting to buy something on eBay, do not buy it immediately. Put watch, do the favorited heart-shaped thing, and just let it lie for a day or two, because quite often sellers have particular settings where it'll trigger offers to people who favourite. And sure enough, what was 35 quid for 31 books, I got an offer through of 25 quid for 31 books. Not only that, eBay were independently providing an offer of an additional, I think it was 10% or just a little over 10%. Anyway, the price came down after the reduction and the discount to £21 plus postage. Postage was £7 something. Total, including everything, all in, was £28 for 31 books. I thought, well, if I'm going to spend £14 on one book, surely it's better to spend £28 on 31 books. Never mind the space. And for the first time ever, I think I might have to start double stacking on my shelves to fit them in. It's a big box and I've nowhere else to put them. So I'm going to start double stacking behind the books that I've already got. So without further ado, you'll want me to stop waffling and show you the 31 books. By the way, I've got a feeling that the Out of the Dark book that I bookmarked originally might not be in this 31 books. But we'll see. What I did when the box come, I just opened it just to see what the first couple were like, make sure all was in order. I've not seen any beyond the first couple that are on the top, so I'm opening it in real time. They're in fantastic condition, or the ones that I can see anyway. This is David Weber at All Costs. This is an Honor Harrington novel, because I believe he has a series called Honor Harrington. I haven't the faintest idea what it's about. Midst toil and tribulation. No creasage, flat spines. I think they're American because they're slightly narrower and they have the feel of an American book. I don't know whether they use a different type of paper, but it feels American. Maybe I bought too many books in my time to be sad enough to recognise an American book by weight compared to an English book, but it's certainly it's got a bit of flop as well, which is nice. I think this one might be from Larry's video when he reviewed the Safehold series. This might be one of them. Echoes of Honor. Presumably that's a Honor Harrington. That's got a bit of creasage, but still nice. Nice cover. Flag Honor Harrington, Flag in Exile. I'm not a massive fan of clear painting type modern pictures of just a person. That's got a bit of creasage. It's all right, but I prefer other types of covers. This is a book written by David Weber and with John Ringo, and it's March Up Country. That's a nice one. Nice cover. I don't know, it's quite a wraparound. There's clearly some prehistoric stuff going on there as well. David Weber and Linda Evans. I'm presuming that's not the Linda Evans from Dynasty. She never struck me as a science fiction author. It's called The Triumphant. Oh, created by Keith Laumer. Interesting. Keith Laumer. I laugh when I see the name Keith Laumer because in Simon's Science Fiction Retirement Library channel, where he does massive hauls to keep books in retirement, Keith Laumer kept popping up in several hauls. And who else mentioned him? Was it SF Book Cave? Maybe? Can't remember. Someone else mentioned Keith Laumer. It's this particular type of book where Keith Laumer was the first. I can't remember. I'm waffling. Anyway, this is book 3 in this Triumphant series. Or stories by. So maybe it's multiple short stories within a particular universe. Hopefully there's books 1 and 2. Honor Harrington, The Short Victorious War. It's clearly been read, this one. That's fading, but it's still in tip-top condition. David Weber and Eric Flint, Crown of Slaves. All American, these, I think. Yeah, printed in USA. Publishers Weekly Best Books of 2003. Oh, here we are, another Linda Evans. David Weber and Linda Evans. Maybe she had a typewriter offset. That is a nice cover. In Fury Born. I do like this, the feel of these. Again, it's got quite a bit of dust on that one. It's just got a right nice flexible feel. Off Armageddon Reef. Now I think this is a Safehold book. Is this the first one? Yeah, Safehold. Earth is dead. Humanity is hiding. Invention, progress, change are forbidden. Now it's time to change all that. The science fiction epic of the decade begins here. Hounded by an implacable alien enemy, humanity has been reduced to a single colony on the distant world of Safehold. To avoid attracting enemy attention through the noisy signals of an industrial civilization, the rulers of Safehold have taken an extraordinary measure. Through mind control and hidden high technology, they have established a religion in which every Safeholdian now firmly believes, one designed to keep Safehold society medieval forever. All dissenters are ruthlessly eliminated. Centuries have passed when, in a hidden chamber, an android stimulates a rebirth that was set in motion centuries before, a rebirth that will provide the only remaining humans with their last chance to rejoin the universe. But it will be a tremendous undertaking, and their battle will be long. So begins a monumental saga of deception and enlightenment, tyranny and freedom, and triumph through the liberating power of truth. There we go, that's the start of Safehold. I do fancy this. I think there's a lot in the series from what Larry was saying. By a lot, I'm thinking in advance of 10 or 15. I think. Can't remember exactly. Shadow of Saganami. I think this also is a Hannah Harrington book. But again, all good, all nice. March to the Sea with John Ringo again. I don't know whether, I mean, I know very little about David Weber, so maybe a particular series was written with John Ringo. Well, he's riding a dinosaur, as you do. An Honor Harrington adventure. Honor among enemies. This one's written with Steve White. In Death Ground. This has got a bit of bend on it, and not much creasage, but a bit of bend. Echoes, Ashes of Victory. Anne McCaffrey says brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Worlds of Honor number 4. The Service of the Sword. And this says Honorverse stories by 5 of the finest military sci-fi authors writing today. David Weber, John Ringo, Eric Flint, Jane Lindskold, Timothy Zahn. In Enemy Hands. First time in paperback, this says. I'm guessing it's around the 2003. Oh, this is 97, 98. Third print in 98. This one's The Honour of the Queen. This has got a bit of bend on it. Clearly red. Another with John Ringo here. March to the Stars. That is a nice cover. There seems to be a thematic spine design as well, which I do like in books. Another Honor Harrington. This is called Field of Dishonour. Not particularly keen on that cover. Another Safehold, I reckon this is it? Like a Mighty Army. That's unread, that. There's no way that's been read. More Than Honour. That's written with S.M. Sterling. And then this one, I think this is another Safehold, I reckon. Yeah, it is. By Schism, Rent Asunder. I do recognise that title. Is this the second one? Yeah, this could be the second one in the series. A Mighty Fortress. Look at that. Not read at all. Again, beautiful floppiness to it as well. War of Honor, which I'm presuming is another Honor Harrington. Don't know how many Honor Harringtons there are. It's clearly quite a lot. I'm going to kick into the Safehold ones first. How Firm a Foundation. This design feels like another Safehold book. Again, completely unread that. Still got a few left. This is Worlds of Honor number 3. Not quite sure what that's all about. So from that number 4 one of Worlds of Honor, these are possibly stories written by other people within the Honor Harrington universe. There's 3 stories by David Weber and 1 by Eric Flint. The Shiva option with Steve White. Another thing that I particularly like is, as I mentioned on a previous post, black colouring on spines really does show up creasage, and there's very few of these that have betrayed a high degree of creasage. 2 more, including this one. Linda's been at it again between sets. Hell's Gate. Don't quite know what that's all about. It's a meaty tome though. It's a mammoth. Whoa, 1230 something, 36. Wow. It's wrong of me really to have joked about this Linda Evans being the Linda Evans Finn dynasty. So I have just looked her up. Linda Evans was an American science fiction author. She was an author of 10 novels and 4 anthologies, as well as of several other co-authored novels. In 1996, her published novels had sold more than 100,000 copies. She's been published in English, German and Russian. She passed away at age 64 in 2023. So I will look forward to reading David Weber's and Linda's books. The last one in this 31 book job lot, The Armageddon Inheritance. There's clearly some light fading going on with these green things, but it's very little creasing, a little bit of bendage, but all good. And there we have 31 David Weber books, all for the princely sum of £28. And as I suspected, the book which started it all off, Out of the Dark, which is the one that I made a note of to follow after seeing a Booktube video on it, it's not in there. So I'm still, if I like him, I'm still going to have to buy Out of the Dark. But hey, those are the slings and arrows of being a book fan. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, by all means click like, click subscribe. It would mean the world to me. And if you do, I'll hopefully see you next time. Thank you very much. Goodbye.